I
A
can't
very
hear
good
you.
afternoon to all our dear viewers, and welcome to the live talk show conducted by Global Education and Training Institute, undertaken with the movement Disruptive Education Movement. And today on this live talk show, we have a very special educator coming all the way from St. Mary's Convent High School from Kanpur, Miss Kavita Agarwal. Ma'am, we welcome you here this afternoon. And a very interesting topic that you have taken up is disruptive technology. Before we proceed further with the talk that you are going to present before us, I would like to give a brief introduction to all our dear viewers about you. You have been a teacher in Viren Swaroop Public School. You've also worked in St. Mary's Convent High School as the science teacher and has successfully and actively participated in two-day workshop for biology teachers organized by Department of Biology and Environmental Science in collaboration with Homi Bhabha Center for Science Education. At the same time, ma'am does believe in various soft skills that can be incorporated in our teaching learning skills as a teacher. She has worked as the coordinator in St. Mary's School for the middle section and believes very strongly that ability to work in new and challenging environment is what appeals her the most. Over to you, ma'am, for the talk on disruptive technology.
So, very good afternoon to everyone who are right now with me. First of all, I would like to thank Ms. Sunita Gandhi for giving me this platform to get connected with the people like this. And thank you, ma'am, Sumita ma'am, for giving my introduction. Thank you so much. Now, when we talk about technology, we basically talk about things that are easily available to us. So technology is something which is really getting us connected, and it is, it is like reaching out to people and reaching out to things just in a seconds of time span. So like as of now, we all know lockdown is going on. So in this lockdown, the biggest challenge in front of all of us educators, it was like how we are supposed to reach to our students, how we can bring them the best education, or how we can provide the education at their doorsteps. Okay. So this technology was the basic help that was, ready for us at the very moment. So we took the technology in our hand and we brought certain things in front of the students, and we brought the lessons and everything at the doorstep of the children. So education has been made available at our doorsteps even when we are sitting confined in the four walls of our house. So if such type of a step was not taken by the teachers and educators across the globe, I really think the parents and the viewers would just agree with me that our children must be simply sitting and wasting their time. They must have not been doing anything productive, isn't it? So the productiveness would have not come in them, and there would have been created a big vacuum in our children's life. Okay. So that ways technology helped us a lot. So when we talk about anything, that anything has its pros and its cons also. Means there are always benefits of technology and there are always some flaws of this technology. So I would just like to bring in front of you what are exactly the, the flaws, or what is this technology, or what is this disruptive technology. Now, like us, as of now, I say that people are, moving on to, or they are becoming too technically savvy, people have become, or they really want to go on for things, new things, and implement new things. So why should we forget what we were doing in the past, or what exactly was a traditional way of doing things? Like, the use of smartphones these days, so many companies launching so many new smartphones and all. So these smartphones have become the ultimate disruptive technology, what I feel. Why? Because they are, they have made almost certain things or certain items very obsolete these days. Obsolete in the sense like the landlines They are of no use now. Hardly any houses have those landlines installed at their places, or they are using. Okay, those digital cameras have disappeared everywhere. Now people seem to be just capturing photographs in their mobiles and all, and that is all. Those that the traditional way of taking those photographs using digital cameras and all, now it has just become, or it has just stuck up to a professional level. So that is not happening. And another thing is, like, these smartphones, they have confined our children in the four walls of our house. The children are simply sitting with their laptops, they are sitting with their mobile phones, and they are doing what is simply playing games or doing something different, like using TikToks, Instagrams, Facebook, and all these things they are using. Whereas that time they can use to do something very constructive. So that is one flaw of our technology. We don't see the children going out and playing. I believe when we were small children, then we had a wonderful time playing games. There were so many outdoor games and indoor games. I don't see children nowadays playing any of those. And children are not onto any physical labor these days. In schools also, if suppose you are conducting any activities as such, then you see na, the children are becoming very lazy. They don't want to take part. They feel that they are getting tired, or they'll get sunburn, they'll get some allergies, or their body physique doesn't support them. It is only because we are not giving them space, or we are not asking them to move out of the four confined walls of our house. Constantly, if they are with the mobiles or with the laptops, they are not onto playing outside. This is what we need to change. That is a perspective which all need to change. We need to force our children, we need to tell them what is the requirement of their physical body also. Okay, then another thing is, like, when we see that if we are putting anything across the children, or we try to ask something to the children, like, what is this, any question put up in front of them, then immediately their hands keep tiptoeing on the mobile phones. Why? They're referring to the internet. Why? Because they don't want to turn pages, they don't want to cram up anything, they don't want to have anything absorbed in their brains. They are referring to internet, they are bringing out answers from the internet. And at times, I have myself observed, at times they are putting up answers in front of you which are really not relevant, and they don't really know. They just click and they feel it is absolutely correct. Whereas in relevance to which question they have asked, whether it is absolutely correct or not, that they are not aware of. So this is one biggest disruption. Google is there 24/7 for the children to just give on anything that they want. So what is this doing? What is this causing? This part of technology is doing what? It is simply destroying the reading capacity of our youth. The youth has no interest in reading. Whereas I feel reading is the basic part of education. If you are reading, you get ideas. If you are reading, you can quote things, isn't it? So reading is very important. That is reading from books. And book knowledge is the best knowledge, which I feel. And if you are not reading, like, suppose I have observed many children these days, if you give them a composition or something to write, they don't have ideas at all. They don't have ideas how to pen down things. And the basic reason is that they don't have ideas is because they're not reading anything. They are just viewing things, and they are just distracted to different types of, distractive applications there on the phone. So reading is something which is very important for every child and every human being. Reading is important. Why are newspapers still there? This technology has done the biggest flaw for newspapers. Now people don't bring newspapers to their house. People are, why? I will see it on the mobiles. Why not traditional reading from a paper? That should be brought up. Why not traditional reading is there? Okay. Then there are certain, these online games are there. So many online games are there which children are, almost addicted to these online games. And moreover, even if as parents we try to stop them from playing those online games, then it is always the peer pressure that is there in them. The peer pressure is there, which makes them, feel left out if they are not moving along with the mass, or if they are not moving along with their friends. They feel themselves to be, backward. That I'm not playing this game, I'll be called as a backward, in my group. So that is wrong. Playing a game on a mobile doesn't make you backward. You need to move out in the open, go on the fields. See, there are so many games still being organized around the country or around the globe. There are so many things that you can do out also. Nothing, it's not necessary. Basically, your Olympics, your Asiad games, or your UC cricket matches are there, your tennis tournaments are there, badminton tournaments are there, all are outdoor. Nobody organizes for a tournament of an online game. Never. Because it is not fruitful. It is not at all. It doesn't prove that you have a really potential. Games means when their physical labor is applied, means when you are using your muscles, your bones, you are using. That is called as a proper game. And that is lacking now because we are more onto these online games. The second thing, then next thing which I feel this technology is disrupting everyone, is the mental level of the children is not developing as it should develop. The children are really getting addicted to things. They are not using their own IQ levels, or rather you can say they are not using their potential to the fullest, which is the biggest drawback, I feel. And many of my lady friends here who are watching me, they will really agree with me that when we were kids, 25 to 30 years back, if we talk about when we were kids, I really remember it that the menstrual cycle in the girls, it always started not before you reached class 9th, isn't it? I think everybody will agree. But now what we see, as a teacher I have seen, this cycle is started in children who are there in class 4, in class 5. So that is a drastic change that is happening. And psychology says that what we see is responsible for the biological changes in our body. So this internet is an open platform for everyone. Children are getting access to, operate anything on internet. Even if we know or we don't know, we are not aware what children are watching exactly. So what is it doing? It is bringing about certain changes in our body also. That is internal and external changes also. So that is one biggest flaw of the technology. 24/7 it is available anytime. In our time, we know that it was restricted to certain time durations. There were for certain programs to come 24/7. We never had an access to the televisions or no internet, and nothing was there. So that is what I'm not saying. I'm criticizing that we didn't have, so they should not also have. No, it's not criticizing. It is just comparing that there was quality that time and the quality now is coming down. That IQ level has just stuck up to a confined, that internet knowledge. It is not expanding, which needs to expand. Okay. Then crime rate is also increasing. If technology is there, crime rate is increasing excessively. Like people put up their, their photographs and all on internet. That is on Facebook, Instagram. You feel, or I feel that I'm sharing with my friends, but we are not aware how many people are observing you and how they can take advantage of you. There are many people around who are really, they really have a mind where they can just take advantage from people. So that we are not aware. We are inviting trouble for our own selves. So I would suggest share your things, but not on a public platform. Why on a public platform? Why do you want people whom you don't even know to know about you? So that is what is the biggest flaw. That is what really is not coming, or it's not going with what we exactly are into. Okay. So that is what I feel the technology is really hampering us. And second thing is like technology, we are becoming too much dependent on technology. Why don't we utilize our human brain, which is no less than a computer itself? At times technology can fail, but this human brain can never fail. I can guarantee you this. So we need to depend less on this technology, but we need to work with our brain. Uh, we need to consider that our brain is no less to the modern technology that we are dealing with today. Okay. So that was about the flaws of technology. So as I said in the starting, that if something has bad features in it, it always come with good qualities as well. So here technology is also good for us. Now, how it is good for us? Now, see, in this lockdown, I guess everybody or every child, every human being is sitting in their houses since February last or maybe beginning of March. Just think, if technology was not there, then would the educators and teachers, would they have managed to reach to your houses? No, they would have not reached your houses. Now they have reached your house. The educators, teachers, they have never been open to technology. They have never used all these technologies in details, in depth. But what have they done? At the back of everything, they have worked on this technology, how to deal with this, so that they can reach out to their children, they can educate them and keep them busy with something constructive rather than sitting at home and simply wasting their time and creating a whole vacuum in their life. The educators have made everything available at your doorstep now. Now, after the lockdown, like if we would have waited for the lockdown to finish and like life to come back to normal, it would have been very late for us. Very late. So technology has helped us to keep us at par with our day-to-day normal routine. That is what technology has helped us. We can work, we can do many things. And I have seen, as a teacher, I myself have organized events in my school where I have seen children coming out so successfully. Why? Because we could feel the children are sitting at home and they are lacking exactly what they were doing in school. They were lacking those things. But when we brought up certain activities in front of them, they came up with things to us. So that is what technology is helping us out with. Okay. Now, number of things are there. Like you can, with technology, we have also started doing online shoppings and all. Now, so even in this lockdown, you had a desire or you had certain requirements, they were made available to you at your doorstep by this online shopping and all. Okay. Then there was certain, some people, tried to make use of this online, the technologies and all. They have enrolled themselves in certain courses and all, online courses, and they have tried to attain some extra professional degrees in their curriculum also. They have add something, a new degree to their curriculum vitae. So that is what is good about it. People are not wasting time, people are trying to make use of this time and making use of everything. And moreover, people who are busy, this technology is helping them to educate. Busy in the sense that they have to earn bread for their family, and for that they did not get time to study at all. So through this technology, they are just getting in touch with things which really they could have learned in their time, but they were not able to learn that time. Okay. Now, this technology has also helped us with the use of plastic money as well. Plastic money means online transaction. Your credit and debit cards are there. You just swipe and you are just simply making payments there. You make payments through your, Paytms, your Google Pay, or your Phone Pay apps and all. So that is a good use of technology. Means it is helping us to deal with people or deal with things without dealing with money directly. So that is keeping us safe also. In this lockdown, we are not getting or we are not taking transactions from people directly in terms of money, which is coming from so many hands, it is coming delivered to us. So that is also, it is helping us. So these are the things which I really wanted to bring up in front of the people here. And it is really, I feel that everything comes together, like it has positivities and negativities. What is in us, what we need to do is catch hold of the positivity, not the negativity. But what we are doing nowadays, we easily catch up the negative qualities of anything. We don't think of the positivities of anything. That is what we need not to do. Technology is helping us, so make use of it, not misuse of it. Because if you make misuse of anything, it really comes back to you. Like I would like to just address all the students if they are looking at me or if they are hearing me. Technology has made you easy to write your tests and exams, but don't play smart. Don't cheat yourself. Don't cheat yourself by copying things and just giving exams and tests. Why? Because if you're copying from the book, you are not cheating from your teachers, let me tell you. You're cheating from your own self. You're cheating from your own conscious. So this is one very drawback of technology, that children think they can do anything they want. But let me tell you, don't do it to cheat your teachers. Do it for yourself. Do it to educate yourself, so that afterwards, when the school comes to normal or when things come to normal, you have not missed out on anything. You have not missed out on something important part of your life. This is only my request to everyone, that technology being destructive and very disruptive can be taken as an advantage to us also. So we need to go and fetch the positivity out from the thing, not the negativity. All right. And that is my request to all my viewers. Thank you so much. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much, Sumita, ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am. And in your talk, when I was just observing you and listening to you, you happened to mention about the use of smartphones and laptops and how the technological interference has confined, to children today's generation in the four walls, within the four walls. What is your comment on that? How can we overcome that problem? It's a grave, issue, a very serious issue that should be dealt. Though,
Exactly.
if used positively, as you mentioned, will definitely
Hmm.
add to a child's, experience, because later on, when we'll be going back to our physical classes, the child will
Hmm.
have that quality as an addition to what he has learned, in throughout the
Exactly.
lockdown period. So,
Yeah.
how do we overcome that situation?
See, I would just like to quote a example here. Recently, there is an advertisement which is coming down on television. There is a village girl, and I mean, her father, she is observing her father, just trying to protect his fields by the birds and all. He's constantly going to the scarecrow and trying to fly away the birds and all who are coming to destroy his crop. So this girl is, she is using the internet, and she's trying to develop something to help out her father. So she makes a robotic scarecrow. So that is best use of technology. I feel the children should adapt now. Use it that ways instead of wasting time on TikToks and posting your these images on Instagrams and all. So I feel, if a village girl who hasn't got that much of education from the scratch, that is from the beginning, if she can be so thoughtful and she can show creativity, then I guess our children of the city and all, they are very smart enough. They can utilize this technology in a lot of ways to add on to their knowledge, not to use it disruptively, simply creating videos and all which are of no use, which will not add on to their knowledge as such. This is what I feel. These
Very
small
good
advertisements,
example.
children will not notice these advertisements, but they should notice these advertisements also. It has brought up a very good lesson in front of the the new generation now.
One more thing, ma'am, was coming to my mind, that how can we maintain the balance and regulate our life in such a way that we do not get dictated by the technology? On the contrary, we should, have that decisiveness amongst us, that and use our wisdom in making the best possible use which affects us positively.
Exactly.
What is your
I would
comment on that?
Yes, I would like to say on this that self determination is the best thing that we can work with. If I am determined about anything and I set my priorities first, then definitely I will not get distracted by anything whatsoever comes my way. And that is what I would like to tell the young generation also these days. set your priorities, set your goals, and then move towards distraction. Because ultimately we all are, we are a human brain which has got a lot of capacity which needs to be explored in the positive field. And I guess if children really think about this, they determine themselves that yes, I'm going to use my brain for some productive work rather than getting exploited somewhere. So it is better, I feel, the children should work with, self determination, which is going to really be very helpful to them.
Thank you very much, ma'am, for sharing your views on disruptive technology today. And it was lovely listening to you. And I hope all our dear viewers also must have enjoyed the talk with ma'am, with Kavita ma'am. And hope to see you next very soon with yet another speaker, guest speaker on GETI Live Talk Show. Thank you very much, ma'am. Our pleasure
Thank
talking to you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.